Let's speak about Waiswa as we end. If you do not get the ticket, what's next for you?
If Alex Waiswa Mufumbiro does not get the party ticket,
singa Alex Waiswa Mufumbiro tafuna party ticket, kyekiyinza okuddako. Mbuulira. Kyekiyinza okuddako. Bwe mbuulira. Singa tukeera ku makya n'atagifuna. Ye abaffe kisoboka. What do you think? Go on and write in the comment section. Tokoma kuwandika mu comment section. Katambuze eyo obuuza abantu. Waiswa singa tafuna kaadi kikyazaako singa tegenda wuwe.
You're watching Mordecai Marissa Live Political Commentary. Please consider subscribing to help grow Uganda's Voices of Struggle ecosystem. Thank you.
I cannot appreciate you enough for using your valuable time to always go on social media, break down things for people.
And yes, indeed, ogamba otya okansubire nti oli bulungi nze Mordecai Marissa nsinziira waneno munda mu ggwanga li United States of America. Era nga nkwaniza ku mukutu ogwo Mordecai Marissa Live. Mwebale mwenna abeegatta ku mukutu guno nga bwe ntera okubagamba buli lunaku nti ennamba ekulira ku speed ya kika kya waggulu, bullet speed. So thank you so much. Ndoza Charles eyali owa Asia yatugambanga nti mukulira ku very much, and thank you so much folks. So go on and subscribe. Tunatera okuweza abantu nno omutwalo gumu mukenda. Awo no tuba tukuba ennamba eri ya YouTube channel enkadde gye twalina. Twali mutwalo gumu mukenda. Tugenda kuweza abantu emitwalo ebiri under 6 months. It is very possible. It is very possible. That's very amazing. So please go on and subscribe. I do really appreciate it. All right. Yengeri gy'olagamu obuwagizi ate mwenna mulina ekintu kyemu improvinze. Okuteesa mu comment section kinyumira nnyo, muteekemu ebirowoozo. I like it. Nyina bingi byenjigira mmwe abangoberera. Nga mulina bye munjigirako. Bwe twekuza. That's how we build each other. Bwe twezimba. Oba onfuna. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Tuwena kwogera ku response za Alex Waiswa Mufumbiro yabadde akyaziddwa ku NBS ng'ambuuza ku vetting process n'ebimu ebyalangiriddwa okuva mu National Unity Platform. And Alex Waiswa Mufumbiro reminds me of my high school days, only that he does it in a very better way. Bwe bamubuuza ekintu ekyo akyanukula mu ngeri eri convincing, but with a little bit of pride. As in, my name is Waiswa and I'm doing this. Can't you see this? Like the confidence that is really nice, and that's what I want you to see. Let's go on here. And he's a very good friend of the show. We've hosted him several times, and he promised naye akaseera kanali busy. Nokatulize bwe yabadde abuuzibwa kwabo abagala okuva mu kibiina be bataawadde kaadi byayogedde atya eno ya Luganda. Sorry, ya Lungereza kati ngenda kukola gwa VJ Jingo, gwa VJ Junior, gwa VJ Mark. Yenna VJ gw'owuliriza gwe ngenda okukola ogwo leero. Let's go.
Because it's not yet Uhuru. These positions that we are all fighting for, many we have had councillors, we have had MPs. We diagnose the problem of this country. It is that we have to overhaul the entire dictatorship. That is where, even when you're a councillor, you will benefit from that position. So
the focus should be overhauling the Museveni regime. This is very nice. Like, there's so many bannabyafuzi.
We are
size mu Lungereza. Ne bwe mba nyumya naye bwe mbuuza ekibuuzo ky'Oluganda dda mu Lungereza munatusonyiwa olulimi luno kafeero yatulabula. Naye kyengezaako okugamba nti kyangu nnyo abantu mu Uganda mu ggwanga lyaffe okufa ennyo ku kifo ne batafa nnyo ku buvunaanyizibwa. Ekifo kikiikirira ki? Bino byenjogera bikiikirira ki? In the end, it is ending the rulership of Museveni and overhauling the entire system called Musevenism. Starting afresh, a new slate. That is the most important thing. Abantu bempuliza complaints empuliza ennyo mu bammiddwa kaadi n'abazifunye. Abamu ku bo olabanga ebirowoozo babitadde nnyo ku kifo. Banzijukiza. Oweekitiibwa Mathias Mpuuga yali akalondebwa okubeera leader of opposition. Is there a place to celebrate? Absolutely. Naye agenda kaawe wa Katikkiro ayina ebigambo byayogera osonoonya video n'ogiraba emu ku ebyo byalimu nti otulaba ndowooza bye watusuubiza okutuuka ku tubituuseeko like becoming leader of opposition was a point of arrival in the mind of Mathias Mpuuga. And look, sigenda kubeera nga neefuula atamanyi kigenda mu maaso abamu ku bannabyabufuzi mu Uganda a career driven baagala kuzimba kasita amanyika nti MP simanya minister simanya biki ebyo bibimumala neerabira nti waliwo ekintu ekisinga okubeera ekikulu kyekyokuggyawo obukulembeze bwa Museveni n'okutandika okuzimba eggwanga erijja.
Fighting day and night, talking to our colleagues, and at least I can tell you that from our assessment, over now 70-80% of the people who lost the tickets have already come into the fold, and they are going to move forward because there's no time of procrastinating about the destiny
Alex,
of liberating
let me
the
just
country.
catch you in.
Omuwulidde naye aba straight ye tabirwisa
of procrastinating about the destiny
Alex,
of
let
liberating
me
the
just
country.
catch
There's no procrastinating about the destiny of liberating of our country.
you in there. I just want to find out, in terms of the petitions, what are the timelines and how will you be proceeding as we head into the next cycle of the release of results?
I think NUP mazene very, very amazing abantu baraising the complaints. NUP bambuuza nti deadline y'okuwaayo okwemulugunya eyimiridde tena buli kimu. And awo yabadde addamu nga tebannaba kubeera nga basalawo ebyasayiddwa osimanyi mwabira bigenda kubyalaga kuwano. Actually, lwaki soogera wano eno nga mbibalaga. I'll minimize my screen right there. And after minimizing the screen, I'll have to go in and first of all, have this video ready for you guys because we're going to look at this video. Let me get it ready for you. Okay, pause it here. Let me show you. Tugenda wano ku page ya National Unity Platform. Page ya National Unity Platform. Okay, oyinza okubatolaba. Bagambye bate wano eno. Bagambye nti the special committee akakiiko ak'enjawulo ke baateekawo put in place to receive and handle complaints arising out of candidate selection processes, wish to notify that 11 complaints arising from Kampala Electoral District have been resolved in favor of the complainants. That's really commendable. That's really, really, really. I mean, you can fault NUP all you want, but if some people have raised complaints, bano ba complainants bennyini ne bakyusa results ezimu ne bagamba tulidde okwemulugunya kwammwe waakiri 11 abantu 11 bagamba nti they wish to notify that 11 complaints arising from Kampala Electoral District have been resolved in favor of the complainants. That's good. Nti abadde bemulugunya bateze ensonga zaabwe. Then ne bagamba the rest of the complaints have not succeeded. Please note that the mandate of the committee is limited to correcting errors and leading with other technical issues. That's really, really commendable. Let's go back to Alex Waiswa Mufumbiro.
Take me through what the petitions look like and the stipulated time for that.
The stipulated time of return was deadline yesterday, and by close of 5 p.m. yesterday, we had closed all businesses of receiving petitions. However, the hearing also started on Saturday. As the petitions came in, we have moved over 60%. The Secretariat has moved over 60% in getting to understand the ingredients of those petitions. There are those that have already been handled, but then the final results of the local government members of the National Unity Platform will be released this evening. I also want to appreciate something that we must appreciate. When 10 years ago, it was difficult for a party in the opposition to have stampede over a card. People who are available are the ones who are given cards.
Agamba nti twetaaga okubeera ntusanyuka oba ekintu okukitulira n'ogamba nti emyaka nga gijja emabega nti twawuliranga bantu ebikumi n'ebikumi nga birwanira kaadi mukana akase olaba nga abantu balwanira kaadi lutalo. Now, waliwo ekifo ekyabalibwa opportunist bannakigwanyiza beenoonyeza ebyabwe, absolutely. But then you give a credit to the emergence of Bobi Wine that has given birth to people who would never imagine okwenyigira mu nsonga zino eno okubeera nti beetabye mu byobufuzi then n'abalala okubeera nga olw'okuba nti ava mu background eri traditionally or conventionally nga baali bagitwala nti eri serious and it shouldn't be naye bwe baali bagitwala okujja kwe ne challenge ataddewo esikiriza abantu abalala abamu ku bo beewo be tumanya amannya nga bajja tugamba mwana lwa Bobi Wine, it's because of Bobi Wine that I'm here, but there's so many others nga sina bayimbi nga sina bakatemba nga si bamizannyo nga bali eyo naye nga wait a second, baby, Bobi Wine is smart and the fact is smart nga mbadde musubira si kyali olwa background n'ekifaananyi kye baamuzimbirako then nange nsobola okukikola. So kati wano ayogerera nti okuvuganya okuli ku kaadi kuno eno tetwakiraba mabegako. And there's so many other factors, but I'm mentioning that one is one of them. You cannot overlook it.
Incumbents were always unopposed in different political parties because there was a shortage of en masse members of Uganda being part of a process of liberating the country.
Shortage. I love his confidence. I mean, I'm guilty. I love his confidence.
Today, in the National Unity Platform, whether you want to go to Kwaramoja, whether you want to visit Zombo, whether you want to go to West Nile Arua, whether you want to come to Hoima, whether you are running to Ibanda Mbarara, whether you are running to Busoga Luuka, among others, you're going to find that all the positions, inclusive of councillor, are that competitive. And that is what we should be appreciative of, that we have moved. The revolution is moving. Ugandans are getting more adaptable to the challenges of this country, and they're being more involved in seeing that we are liberated as a people.
You're speaking.
I love this. I love this. He's very eloquent, I'm telling you. Admire that. I mean, I know you could be a critic and a hater of the gentleman, but you just love how confident he is. And you want this kind of a person. Naddala muchifongolina Joel Senyonyi a little bit of restrained, I would argue, a little bit restrained. That is his personality. He's not as combative. He's not as aggressive, in a good way, of course. Then you want this man to be the deputy of Alex Waiswa Mufumbiro, or even to be the spokesperson. If to be the deputy of Joel Senyonyi, if Joel Senyonyi nga si aliwo ono n'abeera omwogezi, then amumyuko balaba bateekeddwa okubeera nga boolaba. It is just brilliant for Bobi Wine to be deputized by eyali ow'ekitiibwa Mpuuga olwa demeanor ye and his temperament, oba Muwanga Kivumbi, oba Mama Jolie, oba Zedriga. Nti teweetaaga bantu bennyini abalina bagita bakisolida yemu bonna nga bakola ekintu kyekimu, kubanga omuntu asotegeera kye bagenda okukola. Naye bw'oba olina abantu babiri, then bwe batuula okubaganya ebirowoozo, strategy basobola okugikyusa ebaagalidde.
About those that are part of the revolution, and yet as we speak, about 60 plus of those have moved to the PFF. Where does this leave your party? Even after we're talking about just the grassroots, 60 have moved. By the time you mention about the MPs and those that will lose the party ticket, don't you think that
nkaaga n'omusobo bagenda kwanjulwa lunaku lwanca ku People's Front for Freedom kikyakyogerako
number is expected to rise? Or what are you doing to curtail that from happening?
We had a return of tens of thousands of applications.
Agamba tubadde n'abakomyawo empapula zaabwe ez'okusaba okwesimawo nga bakozesa kaadi ya NUP eziri mu mitwalo n'emitwalo.
Tens of thousands. So if you're talking about 60, it
mu nkumi n'enkumi esukka mu mutwalo.
It cannot even be drawn to a percentage. However, we are...
naye bw'oyogera ku nkaaga tolina nabo bwogerako mu butundutundu. Mutondange ogambe nti bakola ebitundu 1%, bwe tubanga twafunye ennamba ey'abantu abaasaba okwesimbawo ku kaadi ya NUP nga bali mu mitwalo n'emitwalo, ate n'ogamba nkaaga bagambye bagenda kwabulira NUP, tebaweza na 1%. Tokubye nnyo.
Yet to put name to the 60. We have had...
Actually, I find that to be really, really important. Wagamba nti twagala mutubuulire ku mannya g'abo abantu enkaaga bagenda okwegatta ku PFF. And I'm saying that this is smart because story jinabalaze batulaga ko omuntu omu ku nkaaga.
It cannot even be drawn to a percentage. However, we are yet to put name to the 60. We have had the number, but we don't know the people. Let them
It's good.
Come out and we are aware of the people. But then these are disgruntled people. We are asking.
Now, do you see what he does? One, he is as fast as he is, I'm mentioning ebintu bisatu ebiri very important. Byotasa kubusa maso. One, asooka n'akugamba nti ayogera ku nsonga ssatu zonna mu speed ye. One, n'akugamba nti mutugamba ku bantu nkaaga naye abantu emitwalo n'emitwalo baasaba okwesimbawo ku kaadi ya NUP naye gwe mutugamba nkaaga tebaweza na kitundu tosana kubateeka mu kitundu nti bagwa mu kitundu bwe kiti. Then na eyo point n'agamba abookubiri ensonga ey'okubiri gy'ayogeddeko ndowooza kitegedde bulungi. N'agamba nti tetunnaba kufuna mannya gaabo mutugamba abantu nkaaga tulaba kufunayo muntu n'omu. Eyo nsonga yakubiri. Ne n'agamba kati ne bwe babeerayo abali disgruntled banyiivu kubanga tebafunye card. Brilliant.
Them, let them, unless they were in NUP for positions and yet in national interplatform.
Ensonga eyo endala yiyo agyogedde. Bayinza okuba baali mu NUP lwabifo.
Platform, it is more about reality more than positions. So for those who believe in positions, they are free to move because, as I said, as agitators of human rights, we
abaagala ennyo ebifo muli baddembe okutambula mugende.
can't curtail people in a house where
ng'abalwanirizi b'eddembe tusobola kubeera nga tukwatira abantu mu nnyumba.
they do not want to eat and dine.
The separate
naye Waiswa ate wale Waiswa genda kunoonyako musajja. Confidence eno kiki? Ulira, listen to, like he speaks like music. Here, he's talking like music. Listen.
And curtailed, they are free to move because, as I said, as agitators of human rights,
As agitators of human rights,
can't curtail people in
we
a
cannot curtail people in a house
where they do not want to eat
where
and
they do not want to eat and
die.
die.
the separate
kino Juliana kyayimbako kino yagamba nisaba nnyamba ozigyemu amalala nange ngalina naawe ogalina kati oyinza obeera onogamba mulisa buluyina amalala naawe ogalina agago gayinza okuba gali mu gundi mu kakoowekoowe ng'ogenda n'okakola ne keeweta nkabula koona waneeno naye ng'ofa ku g'omulala buli muntu agalina.
or the conflict of interest between party ideology and ground, meaning what your interests are as a party may not necessarily be the same much as what the ground wants or who the candidates the ground wants. How are you going to mitigate that in terms of realigning to ensure that those the ground people want
kukikola mutya nti abantu abali ku ground yabo era be bantu abakiikiriddwa
are sort of the same that can push your party ideology forward?
Because that's the 60%. The people on ground have a higher advantage than the
vetting process.
However, we believe that a person who is appreciated on the ground must be appreciated for understanding the core values of the party.
Woo! That's good. Kati agamba nti naye baba bakuwaana nti bana oli muganzi ku ground. Ekyo kati kikuyisaawo. Then oteekeddwa okumanya ebirubiro by'ekibiina core values eza NUP. Sigamba nti ndi muganzi bakutuuza bagambe okay. Core values za NUP kyeki ze ziriwa. Ziba ne mumpe card. Nti atwandiyagadde okumanya ne deputy president wa Bobi Wine nti Mathias Mpuuga. Nti kale tubuulire ku NUP ezaalibwanga eva mu kisinde ki nti walk to work oba simanya newankubadde banne bakutenda nti gwe ku ground olina amaanyi naye waliwo ebirala nga bwe twakolanga baabiyitanga ki bakayitanga ka subsection oyisa obuntu bungi naye nga akantu ke bateekawo ka subsection olina okukayita.
Must be appreciated for the reasons that we stand for, because still decisions are made by members of the party. The marks are added up. So if you get your 60 and you get a 0, and then the other one gets a 30, and gets a 45, then it means that the person who has an average of both has beaten that one who has the ground. It is.
Look, I don't know how it really works, but when they explain it, I may, like, I'm not within Munda NUP, so kutegera chibanyola. But I would really wish, if bagamba batya, if wishes were if wishes were donkeys castles everyone obabuli mwavu yandi bane mukambulira. If wishes were what? Donkeys simana abalalu bandi badde bazivuga. Singa nyina obusobozi okubeera mu meeting ezo nempulira bakubuuza ebibuuzo, then ate bampa omulimu ngende ku ground noonyereze ebyo byenjagalira ddala ebyo bintu ebityo, then omuntu tugambe nti oyo gwe tuwadde, because when they explain it really sounds really good.
Important for the leaders to know the party that they are going to represent. Because if they are not indoctrinated enough of the ideology and existentiality of the party they are going to represent, then that is where we found challenges, some of them running to where they were not supposed to run, some of them behaving haywire. So this time round, we are hands-on deck to see that we get them.
Hands on deck, nga DJ. DJ, bamuyitana? DJ Javira. Atoyeke ekigoma mu bigambo.
Most appropriate but deserving leaders.
Teekako tutandike.
Interesting that you mentioned that. Let's speak about some of your aspirants that might feel they are sidelined. Particularly, let's look at the MPship for Kampala, for example, for the woman member of parliament. When you look at that position, or at least the sentiments that have come between you
Zahara Luyurika Ngakwotadde ne Shamim Malende
as a party, calling in various factions to take them through a consensus, and yet some of them feel they were not called in that meeting, raising suspicion on perhaps the party having sides to who they perhaps choose. What's your comment on that?
Good question. Bantu banji babuuza ekibuuzo nti waliwo butakkaanya obuli mu bantu ab'enjawulo. Lwaki muyita Zahara ne Shamim abalanga temunnabayita? What do you have to say here?
It is a little vague the way it has been presented, because I don't know exactly, but you talked about Kampala, and I want to assume this is what you're saying, that there was calling of 2 candidates and one other candidate was not called in.
You seem to know the question, actually.
Because
yes.
I am the deputy
Please.
spokesperson of the National Unity
Go
Platform,
ahead.
without a
We
doubt.
clearly got my question.
There's something going on here. Bobo pays attention. Kungeri munnamawulire kyagezaako kukola. Munnamawulire, she's doing an amazing job. Ayagala kukwata Waiswa bw'ati. Nene Waiswa naye si food to eat. Mmere kulya, no.
What happened is that we have had animosity within the party between 2 camps. And the other camp is actually running its campaign without a challenge. But these 2 camps were going for each other's neck. We did say that in this internal process, we want the fight to be gloved. We don't want it to be open knuckle. And
babayita ne bagaa nti bagundi ate nga mususse wano waakiri wabeere online. I don't know whether that was the right thing. Look, I do not support that. Kye baakola ekibiina kyakola ekyo, I really do not. Nze nali njagala bagende. Of course, sigeza kugamba nti bagende mu violence. I don't condone that. You know me. I don't condone any form of violence. Naye nze nesaagala babayite. Nali njagala baabike. Ekibiina kitubulire gwe kinaaba kisazeewo. Then, mwoko okwabika, omuntu aleeta violence abeera dismissed without even any question. Naye ekibiina kyasalawo ne kigamba, muteekeko gloves mwabike nga mwambadde gloves temwekuba bare knuckle. Okay?
we saw that these 2 sisters of ours had gone open knuckle. And what we did as a party is to call these sisters of ours and told them, guys, look, you're the same family. You don't need to fight out there the way you're fighting. It is nasty. It is ugly. We don't want to see it. This is a political party. It is bigger than all of you. If you don't behave, all of you will...
That was a good point if they said that, you know, a political party should be bigger than any person, not even the president himself.
We'll leave the party with no choice but to disqualify all of you. We were looking at indiscipline of the campaign. We were not making decisions of who is taking the day. And
that's a good point.
And I think the other candidate was wrongly advised, but later on I saw she came out with an understanding that it did not concern her. She's running her campaign so well that there is no reason for the party to call her off the campaign trail to come and handle issues.
Oh, I see what she's... Walo candidate alira mureso mulago baita ndo sababu cha win friend. Nayogerako nayo ku Twitter. I wanted to interview her naye twafuna budde kutegeka. Yeah, omu ku bo yagamba nti naye mwayise baneno nze nga temwampise. Wayinza okubeera okyekubiira okwegali mu kurifaringa ku nti bagenda okutunulamu nga kampeyini zazitambuza bulungi, tali mu bintu bya kuvuma, tali mu bintu bya ebisobola okuleeta obutabanguko. Ne bagamba tuba tukwetaaza ki katuyite bano tubagambe nti mulabire ku oli kyali mukola kyali bali mu kutambuza kampeyini, tutambuze mu ngeri y'emu. Brilliant.
The issues that were
marchers nalinze njagala babaleke akasengejjako bejjemu bokka, omu ku bo yali ajja kwejjamu yekka.
were being handled amongst these two leaders who were seemingly getting personal to who gets the ticket, and they were reined in. And as you see these days, it has changed and they are all working as sisters. But finally, the party will decide who has the card.
Let's speak about Waiswa as we end. If you do not get the ticket, what's next for you?
If Alex Waiswa Mufumbiro does not get the party ticket,
singa Alex Waiswa Mufumbiro tafuna party ticket, kyekiyinza okuddako. Mbuulira. Kyekiyinza okuddako. Bwe mbuulira. Singa tukeera ku makya n'atagifuna. Ye abaffe kisoboka. What do you think? Go on and write in the comment section. Tokoma kuwandika mu comment section. Katambuzeeyo obuuza abantu Waiswa singa tafuna kaadi kikyazaako singa tegenda wuwe.
I am here as the National Deputy Spokesperson. The reasons as to why
nsigalawo ng'amyuka omwogezi w'ekibiina.
I'm in this struggle is to facilitate day and night the total overthrow and overhaul of the dictatorship of General Yoweri.
Waiswa. What? School fees uno mutulaze bannange. The reason as to why here is to make sure that I facilitate the overthrow. Let's go back here.
The reasons as to why I'm in this struggle is to facilitate day and night the total overthrow and
total and absolute overthrow.
Overhaul of the dictatorship. Of General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and his cohorts. So for me, I will...
And his cohorts. Obugambo buwulira mmwe. Abali eyo simanya njagala kuyiga Lungereza obugambo buubwo. Awali friend teekawo ka cohort. Is my cohort. Naye ojja kukakozesa katagenda. Bajja kugamba kiki. Context is everything. Tokopereza.
This is my main mission. It is eyes on removing the dictatorship and this archaic...
Gamanze batampa kadi sira lyangeri kyali wamu. Kulwanyisa Yoweri Kaguta Museveni n'obukulembeze obwamusibira mu bbwa.
Existentiality of the long overdue fatigued NRM. So if I didn't get the
long overdue fatigued NRM
party ticket, I am sure that I will go behind that person who has the party ticket and we move forward.
Mwagenda kubadde mabegawo omuntu aweereddwa kaadi naye but
is the National Unity Platform and that is the spirit. We are only in
ogogwe mwoyo gwa Unity National Unity Platform
these places to serve the interest of Ugandans. So if you
tuli waneeno okubeera nga tuweereza ebiruubirirwa n'okwagala kw'abannansi.
Ugandans ask you to wait, then you will definitely have to wait.
Bannayuganda bakusaba nti lindiriramu, then oteekeddwa okubeera ng'olindiriramu otyo.
But I want to assure you that
njagala okukakasa
I am working day and night
nti nkola kiro na misana
to come back here
okukomawo wano
with that flag of the National Unity Platform,
nga flag eyo bagimpadde
without a doubt.
awatali kubuusabuusa.
All right, may the best candidate win. And I love that you also did institute a bit of research.
Amazing. I love Mildred Tuhaise. She's an amazing woman. Omanyi bwe nali ku NBS y'omu ku bakyala abaali banjagala ennyo mu nkola yange ey'emirimu era abandaba mu ekitangaala kino agamba ono mumwerinde. Ndowooza navaayo nga bagamba kale mwana gw'obadde okikubye. Bwe biba bwe bityo bwe biba nga bakukyawa si bulumi bwabbwa nti oteekako eddagala n'owona si njala. I love Moze Radio. So bwe biba ky'oba osuubira wano si kyekivaamu kusalawo kwange kwali kutuuse. Anyways, what do you think? Go on and write in the comment section. Ku bino byonna byonna I saw that and I'm like, hey, this is a very important video gisobola okubeera nga tulaba. And Alex Waiswa Mufumbiro, amazing job. Obwassekamu obusobolera ddala gwe bayita mouthpiece, spokesperson. Amazing job. Kikyolowooza kati nga tonavaawo ngamba gwe. I think I should even come close. Hey, I want to tell you something. Do you know that you can actually help in growing this channel by subscribing and inviting one person to be part of this community? The Mordecai Morisa Live. I hope the next time I come here, the number will be multiplied. Is it possible? I don't know.
Did you enjoy what you just watched?
I'm sure they did.
I'm going to guess that you did. How about you consider subscribing to Mordecai Marissa Live YouTube channel? Thank you.